Okay, so today is November 8th, and this is my weekly wrap up. So it takes place from November 1st, which is Friday, to today, November 8th, which is Friday. And I've read two books this week, and that is One by One by Frida McFadden. And so that follows Claire, whose marriage is kind of on the rocks. And she's just married to her husband, Noah, because of her kids. And she stays because of her kids. But she wants to tell him after this trip that they're going to take with their friends that it's over. And that she is, just moved past their relationship. She's getting nothing from this, basically. And so they go with their friends, and their car gets broken down. And so now they're looking for food and all this stuff, and they start to go in the woods and try and find those things. But as they're doing that, they get killed off one by one. And so you're following Claire's point of view through most of this book, and then you also get anonymous points of view. And so the anonymous points of view is obviously the killer, and you learn about the killer's family life. The mother was horrible. I did not like the mother at all. And so trying to figure out who this anonymous killer was fun to do, and trying to be like, okay, I know this much now. Who do I think could do it? Now I know this much. Who do I think could do it? They were all sus. Okay, they were all had reasons. They all had they all had reasons to kill each other, and so who it ends up being really surprised me. And the ending was really good. The last sentence to this, I knew Claire, that would drive her nuts. And the last sentence was just like, this killer was out for revenge in such a sneaky way. And the last little thing that this killer did, yeah, it's going to make Claire question everything. And this one will just stick with me for a long time. And I really, really liked it. And I gave it 5 stars. So the next book, a little bit about it. I have followed Haunted Beyond podcast for a while, and they review horror movies and books. And so they were doing Dark Harvest. They were watching it. And I didn't have access to the movie, so I'm like, I really would like to read the book. And I read the book, and to my surprise, this book was really short. And it's only, I think, 169 pages. So it literally took me 2 days. I got this on hold on Tuesday and had it done last night. I really liked this one. So, about the movie, I've heard a lot of mixed things. And I'm like, I really don't know if I want to watch the movie first. I'd rather just watch the book. Or read the book. And, I tried to get the movie too, but it's not available in the way I could get it. So, Dark Harvest. I have seen so many people talk about this and heard so much about it that I wanted to read it at some point, whether Dusty and Matt from the Haunted Podcast did it or not. And so this is about a Midwestern town. You know its name. You were born here. It's Halloween night, 1963. Every boy between the ages of 16 and 19 has been locked up for the last 5 days. Now, starving and wild, they're hitting the streets armed with baseball bats, pitchforks, and 2x4s studded with nails. They're ready to go nose to nose with the legend. He's the reaper that grows in the cornfield, the trick with a heart made of treats. Sorry. The butchering nightmare with a jack-o'-lantern face. He's the October boy, and he visits your town every Halloween, ready to run a gauntlet of young men anxious to carve his beating candy heart from his chest. Mitch Crenshaw and his gang burn rubber in a street rod with Gorgon headlights. Pete McCormick's on the move with a stolen 45. And a hunted girl is out there too, making her break on the one night of the year when no rules apply. You're running with them, threading your own path through danger and moonlight, shadowing a sadistic cop and packs of brutal teenagers who attack anyone who get in their way. Because this is your town, you understand its secrets, and you want a ringside seat on the night it all comes tumbling down. So, I really liked the setting of this book. I really felt like I was in fall vibes. Like, I was, when I read the synopsis again, I think of like Negan from The Walking Dead. Like, that's how everybody in this community is. Like, they are just unhinged and want to get this thing out of there. And what is it? And who is it? And who do you trust? And so I really liked it. I liked the parts of like where some things happen. It's just a grisly book throughout. It's not a cute, cozy fall read in any way. Obviously dark, and just talking about it to myself, like when I first started, I'm like, oh, he did what, she did what. I thought this would be a little bit more like cozier, a little more I don't know why I was thinking it was cozy. Obviously, I didn't read that it was Dark Harvest, but I didn't think it was going to go to the level it went to in some parts, because it was just like, oh, that's nasty. I did like Pete's father is an alcoholic, and Pete's father is always trying to do better, do, in his own thinking, doing better means really doing nothing, and having, just saying empty words basically to Pete. And he basically tells Pete, like, I'm going to work it out, and he lost his job and all these things, and Pete tells him something, and I was just like, oh. Basically, he told Pete, his dad, that, like, you already ruined my relationship with you because you chose the bottle over me. You decided to crawl in a bottle before having a relationship with your kid, before getting all your things in your life to be good. And so, like, that just has stuck with me, that little line, like, you crawled inside a bottle. And I'm like, oh. Like, none of these characters are, like, cutesy and thrilly and any of that. They're, like I said, they're all, like, little Negans. And they're just, like, going at it 100%. And I really like that it's, like, the Greaser Boys doing this to each other. And it's I was trying to think what it reminded me of, but it really didn't like remind me of anything. It just was like a ride you didn't want to go on. It just I didn't want to be there, and some of it was, I don't know. I liked the ending, but I do feel like also there's some things that are like kind of eh. At the same time, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just like I feel almost like it was we you know who did it, you're not surprised. And then it's kind of like, but wait, I got these questions too. And so I'm giving this 4 stars, but I really did like it. And I listened to the podcast today because it's every Friday that they have a new one up. And they really didn't like the ending of the movie. They didn't really care for the movie. There was some parts that they did like, and I agreed with that. I think maybe they would like the book better. I don't know. But I'm really glad I started with the book, and I don't know if I'll watch the movie. But I probably would watch it. It sounded very similar to the book. So yeah, I don't know. A little bit different. A little bit more explanations of what's going on, I think. But overall, 4 stars. So was a good time. Short read. I was really surprised with that. And I usually put the pages and the copyright, or not copyright, but the when it was published. So this was published in 2006, and it had 169 pages. So overall, it's been a really good reading week. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I am listening to the Vampire Knitting Club. I have like 3 hours left, so that's something I'm hoping to read and finish up. And then also I'm going to read The Heart-Shaped Box by Joe Hill this week. And a few other books that I have going, but we'll see. And I've also got a movie that I might review. So, it's a horror movie. It's Thanksgiving. So, I would like to watch that sometime this weekend. And that's pretty much it for today. So, if you read Dark Harvest or One by One, let me know. And that's pretty much it for today. So, see you next week.